Alrighty folks, well, welcome back to another video. So today I am not going out ice fishing. So basically this video is just going to be me talking about like one of my best moments, highlights of last year of 2025. And then I got a few of them that I would like to share with you guys. Alright, so I would like to talk about one of my best moments from last year. So my first one I'd like to talk about is going out to Upper Red Lake with one of the guys from Minnesota, Rob. So he invited me to go ice camping with him in a shack out to Upper Red Lake at the end of February. So we got up there, we got our holes drilled and stuff like that. It was a lot of slush, I tell you that. I mean, we were just basically taking buckets and buckets of slush out the door, and yeah, that was a very fun time. And then after that, we finally got ourselves all set up and dialed in, and then we got on some fish, and it was a good time. The bite, I'd say, overall wasn't like very hot, but we got on some fish, we had a good time, and that's what matters, you know, going out there, having a good time, and catching fish. So definitely going to be doing some Upper Red Lake fishing videos this year. I'm actually going to probably be going up there twice. One, I'm going up there with the girls. We're going to be doing some ice camping, and then after that I am going back up there with Rob in his new shack, and we're going to do some ice camping as well, so because he got a new ice shack and I can't wait to see what it looks like in person. So that is it for Upper Red Lake. So my next video is early spring perch. This was actually my first early spring perch fishing, and so basically it was still cold out, and so I was wearing my Eskimo gear, and I was basically fishing a river, and because the perch that come from one lake, they start coming into the river system to spawn. So basically I got out there on a really good time. Got out there, caught a few perch, and then like later towards the day it was starting to rain. Then I caught my PB perch, which was amazing. Biggest perch I ever caught, and yeah, I ended up bringing them back home. So then I ended up coming home and frying them up and had a fish fry, which was phenomenal. So yeah, that was definitely a good time overall. So my next one is spring turkey. So a couple years ago, I put in a drawing in for the 2025 spring turkey, and it was actually my first time. I never done it before, and I was just like, okay, like I was pretty nervous because like I said, I never did it before. So I ended up buying a couple decoys from Shields, and then huge shout out to my dad again for letting me use his 12 gauge shotgun. Remington 870 is what I was using. So I got up very early, got out there, and as soon as I happened to get out on the property, I just saw a group of turkey, and I'm like, dang, man, I don't even know. I think I just blew this whole day of spring turkey. It was a beautiful morning. Got everything, I got my decoys all set up. I was basically hunting a tree line, and I was just trying to camouflage myself inside the woods and seeing if the turkey were going to come out in the field. So, and I had a box call. I'm not really too good with the diaphragm, so I was basically just using a box call, just trying to call them in. And after a few attempts, I moved to like 3 different spots on the property, just trying to hopefully get on the birds. So my last spot, I'm like, okay, I think I know that I might get lucky here. So I basically got my decoy set up, and then I hunt in this like hole area. I believe there used to be a tree there, so that's why I would call it the hole. And it kind of like blocks you a little bit, like it kind of camouflages you in. So I got out there, I started calling. There was actually a tom that was like making a bunch of noises in front of me, and it was in the woods. So I kept calling in with the box call, calling it in, and it was finally responding back. Well, then after finally it started to show itself, and then it saw the decoys. It came running right in towards the decoys, and then after that, boom, took a shot, and yeah, I was really happy. And here it is, guys. This is the turkey right here. Yeah, it's gonna be definitely one of my best memories for sure. I do want to maybe plan on doing a full mount yet next time. I don't know yet, but yeah, here's the fan. Here's the beard, and here's the spurs that I have on here. So I want to give a huge shout out again to Dremel's Taxidermy for doing this. Definitely an awesome job, and if you're around the area, I would recommend them. If that's how you pronounce his name. I'm not really too good with pronouncing names. So definitely going to be doing some spring turkey hunting again. Unfortunately, this year I did not get the permit to be able to go. So I'm going to try to put a drawing in for next year and see if I can hopefully get another turkey tag and hopefully make it happen once again. So my next one is my first muskie that I caught. So I basically went on a flowage and I was on my kayak. Beautiful day, and I was fishing with a Bondi bait. It's got a little spinner at the back, and I was just playing with that around a little bit, casting there, and then after that I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start the troll with it. So then after trolling for a little bit, I got a bite. I'm like, okay. My first reaction was like, oh, I probably got a northern. And then after I was reeling up the fish, I seen there was a muskie. I'm like, oh my god, like I was freaking out. My heart was beating because I never caught a muskie in my life, and this was going to be the moment here. And finally I was able to grab my net and net the fish, but I net it in a weird way, and I don't know, somehow I got lucky to just pick it up and put it on my kayak. And yeah, here it is. And I was just, yeah, I was very, very happy to get my first muskie, because I mean, I've been trying to target for muskies for years, and I just was not getting any luck. That's why they're known as the 10,000 cast of fish, because you know they're hard to fish for, and well, I mean, you will get lucky. You just got to have patience, time, and yeah, that's all to it. So that is it for muskie fishing. And speaking of that, I am going to plan on doing some muskie fishing this year, so stay tuned for that, folks. Hopefully I can get some video of me catching another muskie, and hopefully I can get into some bigger ones. They actually changed the Wisconsin DNR actually changed the muskie fishing to, I believe, May 2nd. It was like, I think end of May or something like that. I believe it was when the season opened up. I could be wrong, but they finally opened it up a little bit earlier. So I am going to be trying to target for some muskies once that season opens up, so stay tuned, like I said, and hopefully I can get some footage. So my next video is when I went out bear hunt and did some fishing with Ben. So Ben and I got a bear tag for last year, because we put a drawing in the year before and we finally got the tag, which was awesome. I invited him to come out to the property to do some bear hunt. So we were staying in an Airbnb. So the day before the season, we went out fishing on the lake, and we had a great time, caught some fish, nothing crazy. And then after that, the next day, we went out hunting. So I was really happy to actually get an opportunity to actually see bear than the last time I ever went out, and actually get an opportunity to actually shoot one. Unfortunately, couldn't make it happen, and yeah, hopefully this year I get the tag. If not, then it's going to probably be next year. So hopefully when I get another tag, hopefully we can get a bear down. But yeah, it was definitely one of the best trips of 2025, especially, you know, Ben coming from Illinois to come out and hang out with me, do fishing, and then go bear hunting. So that was awesome. So my next one is the archery season last year. So I ended up buying a new crossbow, which is the 10-point Nitro 505. Shoots about 505 feet per second, which is really fast. So I definitely upgraded. I ended up taking it out for the first time, and yeah, so it got out there, and I ended up just trying out a couple of areas, like tried in the woods, and then I tried outside in the woods. I was calling, I was also trying to rattle to hopefully maybe lure a buck in. Unfortunately, I did not see any bucks that I would like to take. End up seeing a small one, and then I happened to see a bunch of turkeys, and then finally I was like, you know what, I don't know if I'm gonna see anything. I'm gonna just kind of stick it out a little bit longer. So then finally I seen a group of does on my right side. I'm like, okay, hopefully they come my way, and they did finally. and there was two of them that were actually, I'd say 45 yards away. I wanted to get the one that was like closer towards the tree, and well, that one looked, and I think got a whiff of me and took off. I'm like, man. So then that one kind of just, was getting ready to take off, and I'm like, all right, well, I better make a quick shot, otherwise I'm not going to get a deer. So I pull the trigger, and then after that I shot her, and all I hear is so yeah, I was like, okay, I definitely know I hit her. So I gave the deer some time, probably about a half hour or so, and it was starting to slowly get dark. And then after that, like, I went out, looked for my arrow, looked at my arrow, I'm like, all right, I know I hit her, and started looking for blood. I had lost the blood trail because my blood light died, so I'm like, oh great. So I had to use like my flashlight, and then after that I found the blood trail, and then I was following it up to where the wood line is, and then I went in the woods a little bit looking for her, and there was a lot of blood. And after that I finally found her and got her out, and yeah, it was a really good sized doe. Put meat in the freezer. But yeah, it was a good season overall. Had a great time. Looking forward to do some more deer hunting this year with the crossbow. So my next video will be the rifle season. I'd say last year during the rifle season was a very, very slow season. Beginning of the week was not the greatest. I mean, I was not seeing a whole lot of deer movement at all. I don't know, it was just a weird year with the deer, I guess. But so one day during that season, my dad and I went out to go grab lunch, and then we came back, and then we happened to finally see a deer, and we're like, oh sweet. So my dad was basically holding the camera while I was shooting a deer. After the shot, we went to go look for blood. We ran up to where the deer kicked up all that dirt, and then we found little bits of blood. It wasn't a whole lot, so I was kind of nervous that I'm like, oh man, did I wound this deer or what? But so after that, my dad and I decided we waited and gave the deer a lot more time. So after that, then my dad and I were like, okay, let's finally go look for this deer. We happened to go follow the blood trail, and then we were walking a little bit in the woods, quite a bit, and then finally seen the deer. I had to put another shot in the deer just because it was wounded. First thought was I thought it was a doe, but then when we got closer to the deer, it was a little buck, and I'm like, oh man. So, but mistakes happen. Got, meat in the freezer. Can't complain. So then I went finally back out one more day, and that was like on a Saturday, I think. But I happened to get off work a little bit early, and I only had like a half hour to hunt. So I basically only had a half hour to hunt. So I got out there. It was snowing like crazy. It was kind of hard to see. I'm like, all right, I'm hoping to see a couple deer come out at least, so I can get another opportunity to shoot one. Well, then finally I happened to see the two deer that were probably about like 250 yards, and I put a shot, and yeah, it just dropped. I was like, sweet, don't have to go that far. And yeah, I walked up to it. I'm like, wow, this is a big doe. So, but yep, that was probably one of my other best times, was just, taking two deer during the season and just having a good time with my dad. So my last video that I want to talk about, this was my first early ice fishing video with you guys. So my last video was the first early ice fishing, which was almost closing in on 2025 year. Really had a good time out ice fishing. I got out there, I brought my spud bar because I wasn't sure how the ice was, making sure that it was safe to walk on. And then after that, I finally picked a spot, and then I just got set up, and I got on some crappies. I mean, I got on a school of crappies. It was a really good time. I could have even brought crappies home that day if I wanted to, but I didn't because I had to work the next day. And then finally, like almost when it's at that time where I was going to pack up, I finally got a nice walleye, and I believe it was my PB walleye. That thing measured out at 26 inches, And yeah, it was a really nice fish. Not a trophy, but it was a nice fish. And definitely, hopefully, looking forward to catch big walleyes like that again, even hopefully bigger ones. So that is it for my highlights of 2025 of last year. And I'm definitely looking forward to hopefully see what 2026 brings me. And yeah, so but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video of me kind of talking about one of my best moments from last year. And hopefully if we can make a lot of things happen this year, like get a nice buck, get a nice muskie, get a nice walleye, whatever. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.